What's up, boxing fans? TBE Boxing here, live and direct. Okay, so we're waiting for the press conference to get going. You already know the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury Trilogy Rematch conference is getting ready to get started. Okay, so we're waiting for that right now, and we're gonna, do a live reaction and see what's going on. So while we're waiting for that, you remember this, right? This was, not too long ago. And here we are now, okay? This was Deontay Wilder saying that he will rise back again and he'll be back. And, well, here he is. So we're going to see everything at this press conference. Hold on for a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, so, you know, we're waiting for the press conference to get started. It hasn't actually started yet. I guess they're getting ready. I'm sure there's a lot of logistical issues trying to, exactly where you're going to put Deontay Wilder and where you're going to put Tyson Fury, because you already know that these guys, there's a lot of bad blood going on right now between them. So, more than likely, they got to be very careful with the logistics of the press conference. Probably can't put them too close to each other. So we are waiting. I guess maybe that's what the delay is about. I'm just speculating, but you never know. But anyway, yeah. So Deontay Wilder, the man himself, we're gonna see what they're gonna be talking about this press conference and how it's gonna go. It should be very interesting. These guys, are definitely not fans of each other at this point in time. Okay, so it should be interesting to see how it all plays out. So at this point, we're all waiting for this press conference to go live.
here, and we ain't going nowhere, for the war has just begun. I will rise again. I am strong. I am a king. They can't take my pride.
And so there we go. That was Deontay Wilder, letting people know that he's a king and that he will rise again and that nobody can take his pride. So we're going to see, in this rematch how it's going to play out once the rematch gets going, in July 24th. This press conference should be interesting, and how that's going to play out as well. Okay, so yeah, right now we're just waiting to see how everything is going to get going. Yeah, so the conference was supposed to start at 4 o'clock, but it looks like they're having some difficulties getting it going, getting it started. And like I was saying, it's probably a difficult situation to try and get Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury into the same room under the circumstances, you know, based on what happened with them, you know, in the interim between this fight being announced, you know, and the end of the, you know, the whole scenario about the cheating and the whole 9 yards, you know, the poison water and this, that, and the other. So I'm pretty sure, you know, the energy is probably kind of high between these two guys at this point, in the sense that to get both of them in the same room is probably a difficult endeavor, you know, probably logistically a nightmare. Okay, so maybe that's what the delay is all about. We don't know. I'm just speculating, but maybe that's what it is. Okay, so, but you know, it's been 9 minutes now since the conference was supposed to start. It hasn't started yet, but we are waiting for it to get started at this point. So right now there's nothing going on, but we're still waiting to see this press conference get started, and maybe, you know, we can hear a little bit of what the king had to say.
I am a warrior. I'm a king that would never give up. I'm a king that will fight to the death. And if anyone don't understand that, don't understand what it is to go to war, don't understand what it is to fight.
Okay, so there it is. So as Deontay Wilder has prophesied, okay, here he is. We're getting ready to do the press conference of the fight that we never expected to see. So Deontay Wilder, you know, is on the road to come back, and the only person standing in his way is Tyson Fury. And you know, based on what we have been seeing from Deontay Wilder at this point, you know, in terms of his, you know, the videos that we've been seeing of him training, you know, because I remember, like, not too long ago, I did a couple of videos on Deontay Wilder. And you know, that was like a couple months ago, when we hadn't heard anything from Deontay Wilder for like months. Okay, and I was saying, you know, if he really wants this trilogy, why is he not? We don't see any video of him training and this, that, and the other. And I remember I said in my video that if Deontay Wilder would only train and, you know, just try to learn some basic techniques, that he could be a dangerous fighter. I mean, I said that, even though you know, I have a lot of criticism of Deontay Wilder, which I still do, in the sense that, you know, I didn't think that he's maximized his potential in terms of, you know, using all the available tools at his disposal, you know, in boxing, because, you know, he just depended on his right hand, you know, and to me that was just, you know, that was kind of lazy and weak to be doing that, you know, when you could excel, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, we gotta give Deontay Wilder the credit. I mean, he decided to make changes, and we've seen, you know, we have been watching some of these videos that's been coming out, and it's showing a Deontay Wilder who's making the necessary or the requisite changes to be able to become more effective in a third match with Tyson Fury. And this is what we wanted to see all along. And so, you know, it's hard to say anything about him right at this point in terms of criticism, because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, as far as we can see. I mean, we don't know if it's only for show or if he's actually doing it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it looked like he's actually doing it to me. He's actually out there training, you know, and, you know, a lot of videos have been coming out, and he's been doing a lot of training from what we are seeing from these videos. So you can't, it's hard to complain or to criticize the man. You know, he's doing what he needs to do, you know, do. Now, will he be able to translate that into a winning strategy for the fight? We don't know, but, you know, only time will tell. So we're going to see how it all plays out. But at this point, it looks like Deontay Wilder is heavily invested in getting prepared for the fight on July 24th. He's been training now for at least a couple of months, I would think. And so, you know, we're expecting to see a new and improved Deontay Wilder in the ring against Tyson Fury on July 24th, because with all this training that we see him supposedly doing, you know, then we expect to see some results. Now, a lot of people, you know, say that, oh, you can't make any changes in one fight and you need to have the trainer, and, you know, but look what happened with, look what happened with the Kronk trainer that Tyson Fury got. He made the adjustments in one fight. Okay, so all the changes that he made, so why can't Deontay Wilder make changes in one fight? So I don't really think that this whole idea that you know, look at Joshua when he fought Ruiz, he made the changes in one fight. So I don't really see any reason why, you know, Deontay Wilder can't do the same thing. You know, I mean, whether or not he's going to be able to execute is another story, but, you know, the possibility that he can do the change in one fight is there. I don't see any reason why people would think that it's not there. You know what I mean? That you can't do that, that he's going to, I don't see why not. He should be able to do it. If Tyson Fury could do it, and, you know, Anthony Joshua could do it, I don't see any reason why Deontay Wilder can't do it. You know, so we're going to have to see. So at this point, you know, like I said, the fight should be very interesting when it comes. You know, July 24th is not too far from here. It's almost a little more than a month from now. Okay, so it'll come around soon enough, and that's going to be a very interesting fight. You know, Deontay Wilder has been doing a lot. You know, well, not Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder and his trainer Malik Scott. They've been doing a lot of talking. You know, about what they're going to do, decapitation, this, that, and the other. They're going to decapitate Fury. I mean, a lot of talk. So he's going to have to, you know, put his money where his mouth is, and, you know, show and prove in this rematch. You know what I mean? So there's not going to be any excuses about gloves or about, you know, poison water or anything like that. Deontay Wilder is going to have to produce. You have to put up or shut up. Okay, I mean, you have a lot of fans out there who, you know, are looking for him to knock out Fury. So they're not going to accept anything less than a Fury knockout, because, you know, he's saying that Fury cheated him. He's saying that, you know, his corner poisoned him. He's saying that his suit was too heavy. He's saying that the referee was biased. I mean, he said a lot of things, he made a lot of charges. So now we're sure that in this fight, none of those things are going to, quote unquote, happen according to what he was saying before. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be up on top of all these various issues that they claim, you know, like the poison water, that they claim that it's trained to poison him. So I'm sure Malik Scott's not going to poison him. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. And the gloves, I'm pretty sure they're going to make sure that the gloves, you know, are adhering to, you know, rules and regulation. So they're going to be on top of the gloves this time. Okay, I'm pretty sure of that. So there's not going to be any excuses this time. Okay, Deontay Wilder. So that means Deontay Wilder has a lot, you know, riding on this fight. He has to win this fight at all costs. Okay, because any shred of credibility he might have will be gone if he loses this fight, and then he won't be able to say that, you know, it was this or that or whatever. He's going to have to accept that it is. And hopefully, you know, nothing happens and the fight goes on like it's supposed to, and we don't have any issue. And then, you know, we can clear up this whole thing, you know, with the result being a fight where there's, you know, no disputation about who won and why they won, you know. So hopefully that's the case. But so far, looks like the fight, I don't know what's going on. It hasn't, you know, hasn't come on yet. you know. So I don't know what's going on with that. So right now, we're still waiting. No fight coming on. Don't know what's going on. Not seeing it right now. So not sure what the issue is. But still waiting. Yeah, so right now we're still waiting, and no conference is coming on yet. What's going on with the conference? We don't know yet. We're gonna have to wait and see. All right, so it looks like there's an issue with this fight. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen with it. But right now, it looks like the press conference. I don't know. It hasn't started yet. Don't know when it's gonna start. So we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna come back in a few minutes. Okay. All right. All right, so we're still waiting for the conference to come around. You know, I guess we're going to be waiting for a little while, so we'll just hang in there, you know what I'm saying? And just wait it out. Yeah, so still waiting. The press conference is almost a half an hour delayed right now. Still waiting around to see the conference. Nothing happening right now. Well, we're still waiting. No site yet, but in the meantime, I guess we could play a little music. You know what I'm saying? Why not play some music while you're waiting?
Down Babylon.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for the conference, we're playing a little bit of music.
That's why he come out. Yeah. Because me just tell you, she go too quick. So even if we dip on the stage and she do that. Me know that as the singer. Me no go. No, don't worry. Me just cue to you and you roll again. Roll it again. Go back to the bridge and just take it. So stay in the bridge long. Yeah, man. Okay. You're right. Don't worry, baby. Okay. If you do that, you just the drummer roll again and you go back to the bridge. Don't worry. Maybe you can signal. Just we need be sure. From the top again? Go on, sir. From the top? Last run. Okay. Just the chorus here. Now follow about the inside. Just let the chorus. Go feet.
We're at critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. How much longer can our mother take this pain? While mankind busy fussing and fighting, arguing about climate change. Won't listen to the wisdom of my indigenous people. Amazingly, right before my eyes, I've seen plenty transmuting into sheeple. Transmuting into sheeple. That's why we got critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. We're at critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo. Critical mass. Whoa-yo, whoa-yo.
We will rise again. We will regain the title. I will be back.
Yes, so Deontay Wilder says he will be back. He will gain the title. So we're waiting for the press conference for the fight, upcoming fight. But so far, we haven't. The conference hasn't kicked off yet, but we're still waiting. Okay. So let's hope that it happens sometime soon. All right, so it looks like somebody's up on the stage on the press conference right now. So we're gonna see, you know, what's gonna happen with this. Okay, so here we go. Here's Tyson Fury on the stage, no shirt on. Okay, well, Deontay Wilder didn't say much, but Well, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder have been staring each other down for the past 5 minutes straight. They're refusing to face forward. They're just staring each other down, refusing to move. No one is budging. Tyson is saying a few words to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder hasn't said a word. He's been silent as a lamb, but he's very intense. He's looking at Tyson Fury like he's ready to decapitate him right there and right now. So yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury is facing off. They've been facing off for almost a solid 5 minutes straight, and at this point, it's going on 6 to 7 minutes, and it looks like there will be no end in sight. Somebody has to come. Somebody has to come and separate them. It looks like. It looks like, oh, this is gonna be something else. There's a lot of. This stare down is very intense, and even now with the people facing them, surrounding them, they're refusing to break the stare down. Right now, they're still staring each other down. Nobody's refusing to move. Nobody's budging. No one is moving. The people want them to face front. They want them to separate them, but they're not budging. They're still staring each other down. This is unprecedented. This is probably the longest stare down in the history of boxing. They're still staring each other down. Nobody's moving. Nobody's budging. You got some people behind Deontay Wilder talking. I think it might be his brother or somebody. I'm not sure. They're talking with people behind Tyson Fury. You know, wow. Somebody's up there yelling two time. The stare down continues. Well, Deontay Wilder was the first one to break the stare down. He turned and walked away. Tyson Fury is still standing there, hasn't moved yet. So Deontay Wilder broke the stare down first. So Deontay Wilder broke the stare down and walked away. Okay. Okay, people. So there you have it. That was the press conference. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder had a long press conference where they were staring each other down the whole time. After they talked, Deontay Wilder didn't really do too much talking. It seemed like he didn't really want to do any talking, and he didn't do any talking really. And basically, Tyson Fury did most of the talking, and Malik Scott did some talking as well. But Wilder didn't really say much. He's done with the talking, and he's just waiting for decapitation on July 24th. So then they had the long stare down where Deontay Wilder, they must have stayed down for close to 10 minutes. And they wouldn't break the stare down until finally Deontay broke the stare down by turning and walking away. And so that was basically what the press conference was. Interesting, very intense, as you can see. And we heard from Sugar Hill from Kronk that the difference between Tyson Fury now and the Tyson Fury that fought Deontay Wilder last year is the fact that this new Tyson Fury has knockout power in one-punch knockout power. So this is what Kronk gym trainer, boxing trainer, is saying about the new Tyson Fury. That Tyson Fury now has one-punch knockout power that he didn't have before when he fought Deontay Wilder. And that they're going for the knockout again. And Tyson Fury even said himself that he's going to knock out Deontay Wilder before the 7th round this time. It's going to be quicker. He says he's looking to come into the ring at 300 pounds in this fight. If you all remember, in the last fight, Tyson Fury came in around 270 pounds. He said that in this fight, he's looking to come in at 200. He's looking to come in at 300 pounds. And also, that, like I said, his trainer, Sugar Hill from Kronk Gym, is saying that Tyson Fury has one-punch knockout power. So this is what Sugar Hill is saying, that Tyson Fury didn't have this before, but now he has one-punch knockout power. So that's a pretty interesting comment from the trainer. Can you imagine a Tyson Fury one-punch knockout power? That's very dangerous. We already know Deontay Wilder has one-punch knockout power, but the problem for Deontay is that to deliver that one punch can be very difficult depending on who you're fighting. And as we saw in Tyson Fury, when he fought those two fights, he was able to knock Tyson Fury down in the first fight. But again, I think that was due to the fact that Tyson Fury wasn't really in the best condition in the first fight. He'd been off on a long layoff and, drinking, boozing, the whole 9 yards, eating, drugs. So he wasn't in tip-top shape in that first fight, I don't think. And so he got caught, twice by Deontay Wilder, but he got back up and continued to fight, and the fight ended up being a draw, which says a lot because, to get knocked down twice and still come out a draw, that means that, you must have did something pretty effective to be able to pull the draw out, because usually when you get knocked down twice in a fight, you end up losing that fight more than likely, okay? But so in this fight, Tyson Fury is promising that it's going to be a knockout again, and that it's going to be even closer. It was going to be even sooner than it was in the last fight, and that he's going to roll over Deontay Wilder like an 18-wheeler. That's hilarious. An 18-wheeler. He's going to roll over Deontay Wilder like an 18-wheeler. So that should be, we're going to see. This got to be one of the most interesting fights that's going to be coming up in the next the next month or so, because I think everybody's looking forward to see what's going to be the outcome of this fight. There's a lot riding on this fight, because again, Deontay Wilder is going to have to put up or shut up in this fight. He's not going to be able to make any excuses like he did in the last fight. Okay. And so he's been training. We saw his manager, Malik Scott, talk about the different things that they've been working on. Okay. And, he said that Deontay Wilder has been doing everything he asked him in the gym, and that, there hasn't been any problem with getting Deontay Wilder to do anything that he needed to do. Okay. Now, Tyson Fury, repeated the famous quote from Mike Tyson about everybody got a plan until they get hit. And according to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is going to come in the ring, and once he hit him with his first right hand, Deontay Wilder is going to go back to the old Deontay Wilder, who's swinging wild and making wild punches. And, so, he's saying that Deontay Wilder's new training is not going to survive the first punch that he delivers to Deontay Wilder. So we're gonna see if that's the case. I mean, sometimes that happens in boxing where somebody works on a particular plan or whatever, and then when they go in the ring and they get touched, the plan goes out the window and they go back to whatever they know best. And so, this is what Tyson Fury said to happen to Deontay Wilder. I mean, that's anything could happen, but I mean, that's not necessarily. I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case in this case. I mean, if Joshua was able to come back after one fight and make necessary adjustments to beat Anthony Ruiz, I would think that Wilder will be able to make the necessary adjustments. Now, I do admit that in this case, Deontay Wilder has a much tougher case than what Anthony Joshua had. I mean, beating Anthony Ruiz is one thing. Beating Tyson Fury is a whole other thing. Okay, so I would think that Deontay Wilder has a tougher job. Okay, in the sense that Tyson Fury is one of the top fighters, if not considered one of the top fighter in the world. If we take Joshua out of the picture, but I mean, nobody is thinking that. I mean, everybody's thinking that Ruiz is a good fighter, but nobody was thinking that he's the best in the world, even though he did beat Joshua. But at the end of the day, I would think that this job, the job that in front of Deontay Wilder at this point, and the job that was in front of Anthony Joshua when he got his title back, I would think that Deontay had a tougher job than what Anthony Joshua had, and so he's gonna have to be very good in there against Tyson Fury to win this fight. And I mean, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So this fight is going to be very interesting. I think a lot of people are going to tune in for this fight because of all the the publicity and all the promotion, all those accusations and all those conspiracy theories that went on before this fight actually came to fruition. I've just basically added to all the drama and the promotion surrounding the fight. They don't even need to promote the fight anymore because there's been so much promotion done for the fight already, with all the drama and the back and forth and people just want to see the fight at this point. They don't even care. I mean, right now they just want to see the fight. There's been enough, stuff going on around and controversy going on surrounding this fight that they don't really need to do any promotion at this point. The fight is gonna promote itself. It has already promoted itself, and I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Who's gonna win? We don't know yet. We're gonna have to see how it all plays out. But I'll be covering the fight as usual, and I'll make some more predictions as we go along. We get close to the fight, I'll start making predictions on who I think might win the fight and how they're gonna win the fight and what they're gonna need to do to win the fight. So for right now, I'm gonna leave it here. This was a Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury press conference for the Trilogy match that's going to happen on July 24th, 2021. Make sure you get your tickets and go check out the fight. It should be a very good fight. Also make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, always like and subscribe. Don't hate, subscribe, and go to tbeboxing.com and get the latest commentary, news, and headlines about boxing, as well as support the channel by donating and purchasing some merchandise from our channel. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there for right now. This is TBE Boxing. Thanks for coming in and tuning in. I'm out.